What's going on, y'all? Blue Falcon here, coming to you with another video. So this one should be rather interesting. I mean, you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. It's all about comparing your wife to others, and this can actually be extended to the broader sense of just comparing your marriages as a whole. But I thought this was interesting because I actually had a supporter, a fan that actually sent me a video, and I saw the beginning and I was already cracking up. So what I decided to do is I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna watch the whole thing. Let me just shut it down and start this live. So I'm not gonna bore you with too much of the intro. Let me just actually show you what exactly is going on. All right, guys. So this is from the group Oyize Comedy. I guess this is like an African YouTube channel, but this is on their Facebook. So let's just actually watch this, all right, you guys?
Sorry, good afternoon.
Lolo.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
How you doing?
Fine.
Yeah. Can you see them? No, can you take a look at my neighbor and his wife? Always looking sweet, gorgeous. That lady, she has given birth to 3 children. She's still in shape. Flat tummy, A1. She has all the curves.
Okay, so oh wow. So I guess you can see that this husband right here is already starting to go in. I mean, he's going in on his wife right in front of the other couple on top of that. I mean, this is crazy, and I know this is supposed to be, comedy, but I've actually witnessed this with some of the people that I'm closely associated with, and I've seen it all the time. I've seen this all the time where men will literally look at another person's household and dare try to compare his wife to another man's wife, or compare his children to another man's children. I mean, even in the Bible, it mentions that he that compares themselves amongst themselves is not wise, right? So it's just crazy because, again, these people that engage in such activities, it's actually bizarre, but I can actually see why it happens. I mean, and let's keep it a buck. Please chime in if you guys can relate to this. Please chime in. But how many of you guys actually know the sentiment? You know what I mean? Like, you're in a relationship and you probably thinking to yourself like, all right, things are going well, but people are starting to get comfortable. You get what I'm saying? And this happens on both sides of the party. This goes on both sides of the party. Women start getting comfortable, so they no longer think that they need to keep themselves in shape. Men start getting comfortable, and they get what the world calls a dad bod. I mean, I've seen this happen all the time. So let's just keep it a buck. But I see these things, and it's just like whenever people get kind of lazy, complacent, too comfortable, then that's when you start to see a lot of, that grind that happens in the relationship, because, obviously the person you originally married, you're no longer looking at them if all you care about is the visual, right? And obviously there's more to marriage than just the physical aspect, right? You want to actually get to know the person on a spiritual level. I mean, but at the same time, let's keep it a buck. I mean, if you found your wife, 120 pounds, and now she's 280, you get what I'm saying? I think I know what I'm trying to get at. But anyway, homeboy looks like he's heated. Let's see what happens.
That will make her husband still want more. Just one. Your tummy sounds like drum, look at the way you dress. Bra, left. You don't even want to encourage. You don't want to even make me feel as if I'm trying. Just why can't you take care of yourself? Or you ask questions, mingle with people that ladies of timber and caliber. Not that I don't give you enough money. Eh? The other day we were in the market, you brought out breast. You're breastfeeding my daughter in public. Look at me, take a look at her hair. Look at the designer she's wearing. Look at you. You know you have bad hair and you still don't want to put on something.
Oh nah, this dude. Hey, yo, this dude is going in right now on his wife, and it's crazy. I mean, this dude just legit touched her forehead and said, "Yo, you looking kind of like, what's that girl? What's that girl? Jada Pinkett." Man, nah, it's crazy, but this is what's so sad. And each their own, but this is for me in my house. First of all, I don't like none of that fake hair shit anyway, right? So, but it just goes to show you, like, this girl is actually rocking her natural hair. She's rocking her natural hair. Is it the best looking? You know, again, subjective, right? But it's not good for the man. And now he's comparing it to the other man's wife because she got weave, fake hair. And apparently that's better. I mean, to each their own. I know for me, I definitely would never, ever envy a woman with fake hair and try to dare bring that up to my wife. But I will say this though. And, women, right? If you know your man likes you in a particular style, or maybe he likes a particular, just the little things, then why won't you just please the man and dress according to how that man likes, or fix your hair according to the way the man likes? I mean, so again, there's so much things that is not being revealed. Obviously, this is a comedy, so there's like, how much can we really discern, right, in a fake scenario? But for it to have gotten this far, I mean, I can definitely see how there was a lot of wrong turns that was made along this path. I mean, to even have gotten this far, where this girl is going outside, this man is clearly unhappy to the point where he's talking loud enough so that the couple that he's comparing her to is literally right there and they can hear him. I mean, this guy is clearly, peed off, and it's just a mess. I mean, hey, but I literally seen this happen all the time.
See, I'm not trying to insult you, but I think you should go close to her. Try and just go there, ask her. Forget pride. Because I would want my wife to be in shape. When I married you, at least you were still hot. But now look at you, you wear agbada. What is this? Are you flying?
Wow.
Go and ask her. Respectfully, ask her what she does to maintain her shape. Fast. Can I marry?
Wow. And she's going too. This girl is actually going. And this is the kind of stuff, right? Because again, I know I'm pausing the video a lot, but I'm really just trying to break it down because again, there are so many red flags on both sides of the party, right? Like, why is the man even talking to you in public in such a way? Unless if you literally just was not heeding the call, or you just was totally oblivious to what that man likes. I mean, I don't know how that girl put herself in that predicament, right? But for the man too, I mean, you're dogging your wife in public, and this woman still, I mean, she's literally doing what this man is asking. Some women would have bucked up, some women would have done clap back, and this girl, she's literally obeying this man, as she should, but obeying this man to the point of her own shame. Now she got to go to another woman and ask her how she keeps herself in shape, or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, The reason why I'm looking at it as a mistake on the guy's part is because if you have a woman that is submitted to you in such a way, if she is submitted to you in such a way, then can you not just appreciate that in and of itself? I mean, speak to me. Maybe speak to me here, you guys. Write it down in the comments. Maybe I'm bugging. But if this woman is literally obeying this man, even at the expense of her own dignity, I mean, don't you clearly see what type of woman you have on your hands? This woman is clearly, she loves you. And for you to overlook that, I mean, there's a lot of points I could take away out on this man. But anyway.
Never.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Oh, ma, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry.
What's no problem?
No problem.
Okay.
Please, ma, can you show me the way? I want to look like you. I want to dress like you.
Wow.
I want my tummy to be flat. I want to go back to my normal shape. Please. My husband said I should come and meet you so you can put me through. So you can tell me what you used to use that make your shape to be like this.
Wow.
After giving birth, you have 3 kids. And me, I have just 1. This baby here. And look at me, I have a big tummy. I'm out of shape.
Ma, sorry. Sorry about that. Very sorry. Sir, please call. Sorry, sir. Please, just 1 minute. So I'll just.
What's going to happen?
My brother. How is it? Fine, sir. You're welcome. Thank you. I need to call you because what I'm about to say now, I would like you to still hear from. Okay, this is my beautiful wife. With that, yeah, she's still looking beautiful after giving birth to 3 children, according to you. But let me just go straight to the point. That the 3 children actually is not our children.
What? Did you guys just hear that? So this man is, okay, check this out. So this man is literally tripping, dogging out his wife because she had 1 child and now her body has not bounced back as he would have liked. All right? That's natural. I mean, I do believe women can do certain things in terms of, just exercising, doing what they got to do to get snatched up once again. But again, we don't know how. The baby does look kind of on the older side too. So a couple of years passed. She definitely probably could have done some stuff behind the scenes, whether it be working out, eating right, whatever the case may be. But this is the point. The point is she had 1 child and her body has not bounced back the way he would have liked. So now this man is dogging his wife in public because he's comparing his wife to a woman that he assumed had 3 children and her body was still intact. And come to find out that the children is not even hers. Ooh. Look, guys, this is why ultimately it is not a good look. It's not a good look whatsoever when you are trying to compare your life, trying to compare your marriage, trying to compare your wife to another man's wife, another man's household. It's not a good look because, again, the grass is not always greener on the other side. It's just not. It's just not. You assume that the grass is greener on the other side. But apparently, you see, this is fundamentally envy. Yep, that's what it is right there. That's that envy. That's that jealousy. You know what I'm saying? So you here comparing your wife, a wife who I've said previously, it seems like she's clearly submitted to this man, even at the expense of her own dignity. And rather than appreciating that, you here comparing your wife to a woman because you assume she had 3 children and her body is still on point. And you end up being wrong. Oh man. Alright, let's see if there's more to this.
Yes.
Like, you mean the 3 children that has been in this house with you are not your children?
They are my late sister's children, so I need to just have them and take care of them. And that's why she can't give birth due to some complication after our first intake.
What? Wow, I was not expecting that. I mean, again, this is not a real story. This is a comedy, right? Or at least it's supposed to be a comedy, but there's a lot of stuff to glean from this video. So this man has a wife that's able to bear children. Her body is not on point. He's comparing his wife to another woman who had 3 children according to what he had perceived. Just to find out that in actuality, those children are not hers, and not only is it not hers, she actually cannot bear children. You guys, this is not a good look for this man at all. It's not a good look. And I know I'm on men, but this is why, truth be told, people in general, comparing your lives to other people is just not wise. You don't know what the hell is going on in their lives. It may seem good on the outside, but you don't know what they're going through. And now this man has to even, because you sent your wife over there to get advice from this woman, now this man has to divulge this information that he really doesn't even need to divulge. I mean, it's probably an uncomfortable topic, and now he got to explain to this stranger, or whoever this guy is to him, that his wife can't have children because of an accident. And some of you, again, this is the problem. You just have too many assumptions. You just fundamentally have too many assumptions. You assume that grass is greener on the other side, and you're trying to compare yourself. Women do the same thing too. You get what I'm saying? Maybe the man starts getting comfortable. He starts developing that dad bod, and then here you are, start entertaining other men in your DMs because their body is still on point, and you think life is just greener on the other side. It's not. It's not. If you are blessed enough, now again, this is assuming that everybody's in their role, meaning that the woman is still obeying, still submissive. The man is able to actually provide for his family, right? Assuming those conditions are still intact. I mean, people really ought to appreciate who they have rather than trying to compare your relationship to others. I mean, you really should. Even if you have that one child, rather than focusing on the fact that your wife, has done blown up. First of all, as a real man, how about you actually encourage your wife to go to the gym? How about you lead by example? Because it's not like that guy looks like he's in tip-top form himself, right? How about as a real man, you get your ass in the gym, start working out, and motivate your wife so that she can also keep her body on point. Man, this is bad. But this woman cannot even have children. And you can see, look at his face. Look at this dude's face. This dude clearly, oh my goodness. Let me see if I can zoom into that. Look at this guy's face. He clearly looks like a sucker right now. He clearly, and look at the wife's face. Look at the wife's face. Huh? You see it? She clearly is just like, damn. So I got dogged out, and this woman can't even have children. And here I am trying my best, and I'm being dogged out in public. And this man literally, man, this dude, you look up in the dictionary the word donkey, that guy's face is right there. He look like a straight up donkey. Straight up donkey. Oh man, alright. Let's get back to this.
She had a miscarriage through a fatal accident, so the doctor said she can't give birth. So we have to take care of our 3 children from my sister's side. And the reason why I call you is not your wife is still looking beautiful. It's just one.
Jeez, she's beautiful.
I know she's beautiful, but I'm just saying, look at the tummy. It's too big.
So you should be happy your wife is able to give birth to children. My wife here is not able to give. You're still living happily. And without being told, some woman will give birth and they will lose shape. Yes, and some will still give birth and they'll go back to the normal shape. Those that still lose shape, they can go to the gym to work out and get, but some too will still just be the same. So I just advise you, you're a very lucky man. You should be happy. Look at your beautiful child. We are still happy. We're still happy together.
Yes.
So please, this kind of talk, that's what makes other women go out, do things. And that will make you go out. Love what you have. And please, that's why I have to call you and just tell you. We're just out here to have free share, nothing more.
Babe, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry that I made you think you're not worth it. I'm very sorry. You know what? I need to work with you, okay?
That's it.
Let's walk through the process together, okay? Thank you, sir.
Just
Thank you.
try to...
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Man. So that's the end of the skit. But I thought that was pretty interesting because it's just like, again, the gems that the guy was dropping towards the end, I thought it was very important. I mean, just like, dude, how about you just be grateful that you can have children? You know, it just reminds me, like, back in the times of the Bible, how you had women like Sarah, right, who was barren. I mean, this woman, the desire for women, period, to even have children is so strong because literally that's one of the main reasons why they are on this earth, so that they can be fruitful and multiply, right? So that they can literally bear seed. So you have these women who's literally they're designed to bear children. Do you know how it feels for a woman if they cannot have children? So then now you have Sarah, she gave her handmaid Hagar just to show you the lengths that women are willing to go through, right? And Sarah was honorable in doing so. She was honorable for doing so because she wanted to raise up seed, right, for her master Abraham. But my point being is this: is just like, women, if your wife, right, if your woman can actually bear seed for you, man, you really ought to be grateful. You really ought to be grateful. There are so many, till this day. I mean, I know I mentioned the Bible, but till this day, there are couples who are unable to actually bear seed. There are couples who are struggling to conceive. There are couples out there who yearn just to have children. And here you are comparing, you know, you are able to actually have children, but you still comparing your marriage to other people. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And then I could even extend this conversation even further because, I mean, do you know how many times you'll go out in public and the couple may seem like they got it all together? They may seem like they got it all together. They smiling, they holding hands. But do you know what's happening behind the scenes? Do you know what's happening behind closed doors? Do you know if they actually in peace and unity and harmony? You know, people put on that, the proverbial makeup all the time. People put on that makeup all the time. I mean, they'll go outside and everything looks so good, it looks so orderly, but inside the home, I mean, they literally at odds with one another. They throwing punches, throwing pots and pans. And here that's what I'm saying. Comparing your marriage, comparing your relationship is just not wise. Like, I don't see why people engage in it. And this goes for both man and woman. It goes for both man and woman. I would hear women all the time complain about men. Oh, he doesn't give me no attention no more like he used to. Mind you, this man is working hard. This man probably got 2, 3 jobs, or even if he doesn't, maybe he's an entrepreneur. He's working, he's busting his ass, he's working hard. And all she cares about is the fact that this man is no longer giving her the type of attention that he used to when they first got together. But so now what happens? She started looking around, right? Her eyes start wandering, right? Her eyes start wandering, and she sees other couples and how they still look like they together. You get what I'm saying? They still look like they together. And this is utterly crazy. This is utterly crazy. And then now what she starts doing is resenting her husband because her husband's actually busting his ass to provide for the family, but because she needs attention, now she starts cheating on her husband. I mean, it happens on both sides. I've seen it. I'll even share a story. I would never forget. I went to a funeral, right? This is a funeral. And me and my wife, well, she wasn't my wife at the time, but we were betrothed or engaged, all right, if I could use that term. But, we were engaged at the time, and we were in a funeral. And in the funeral, it literally started raining, right? So just being a gentleman, I had an umbrella. So I hanged out the umbrella, right, over me and my wife, right, or my engaged at the time. And I would never forget, there was this other girl, right, and there was this other couple. And this was so wild, this was bizarre. I never seen nothing like this in my life. So this other couple, this girl was at one point in time so infatuated with this man. I mean, because I literally seen how they got together. She was so infatuated with that man. She was fiending to be in a relationship with that dude. But guess what? Because she saw me extend an umbrella over me and my wife, right? She actually, at the funeral, started to get mad at her man, the one that she was once infatuated with. She got mad at that man and had the nerve to try and create some type of argument at the funeral. At the funeral. You think those people are still together? No. Nah, they're not together. They're not together, right? But this is exactly my point, right? Because what ends up happening, you start comparing your relationship and you forget. Weren't you at one time feeling, didn't at one point in time you desired that man or woman? At one point in time, some people go as far as to say, I prayed. So, that's how religious people get. Some people get so religious. I prayed for that girl. I prayed for her. I prayed for that man. I wanted a righteous man. You prayed. You prayed for that individual. And God, right? He gives you the person that you prayed for. And because they didn't extend an umbrella over you, God, you got it wrong. I guess that's what they have to say. God, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. You made a mistake on this one. Man, you guys, this shit is so corny as hell. Comparing yourself, comparing your marriage to other people's marriage, comparing your relationship to other people's relationship. You get what I'm saying? It's corny as hell. And again, this is a comedy. This was a comedy, but still, I think the concept is still the same nonetheless. I mean, man, this is actually very disappointing because I literally done seen it. I've literally done seen it. Again, I think this is just me. I'll land the plane on this. If you have, I remember before I got married, right? And I was getting, a piece of advice from people who was married and for years, right? 30 plus years. And every single couple that has been married for that long, every single couple that's been married for that long, you know what the number one advice they gave me? They didn't give me a lot of talk. They wasn't trying to, have every T crossed and every I dotted. No. You know what they told me? Every single one of those couples? Communication. That's all they said, communication. If you have any type of concern, any issue, perceived issue, let me say that, within your marriage, within your relationship, number one thing to do is communicate. I mean, this is why I said that man, he's a donkey. He looked like a complete donkey that day because, I mean, if you're a woman, if you didn't like the fact that your woman was breastfeeding your child in public, why did you wait for this moment to tell her? Why didn't you tell her all those other times she did it? Right? If her weight was such an issue for you, then why didn't you tell her when all those other times when she was gaining weight? Why did you wait to do it in public? Women, if you think that this man is working too hard and he's not finding time to communicate with you, he doesn't give you enough attention, why do you let it fester and bubble up inside to the point where now you entertaining other men? Why didn't you just communicate that? You get what I'm saying? Communication is so key. And I'm not here to pose as some type of relationship guru. That's not what I'm saying. I'm literally just reacting to this video. But fundamentally what I'm saying is that there's a lot of red flags that I see within this video. And a lot of it could have been avoided just by communicating. And two, if you do have those concerns, especially for the men, right, who are supposed to be the leaders, the heads of your home, right, the heads of your household, if you have any issue with your wife, first place you need to look at is yourself. If you think you have a problem with her weight, first check yourself out and ask yourself, am I even in shape? That's first and foremost, right? Try to eliminate the excuses because you're the leader, you're the example. All right? How about you check your weight first? And then not only do you check your weight, but then how about you actually motivate her, encourage her, lead her so that, hey, you know what? We both got to work out. We both got to get on point. Let's get a gym membership or let's start purchasing some gym equipment for the house and then we're going to start working it out. We're going to start working out. I mean, to me, I feel like that's what a real man would do rather than point the finger, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. That's corny as hell. Anyway, you guys, I won't be, like I said, I'm not trying to be here too long. If you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below because it does help the channel out a lot. And I hope you enjoyed this. All right, you guys. I just wanted to share something that I thought was pretty funny. With that being said, BlueFalcon over and out. Jesus is king, y'all.